Crude oil is a major resource in Africa and is sometimes called the black gold. Africa is home to some of the biggest oil-producing countries in the world and is also home to some of the countries with the largest oil reserves in the world. The mother continent has 14% of the world's total oil reserves, making it the second largest oil-producing region after the Middle East. In today's video, we are going to cover the top 10 oil-producing countries in Africa based on barrels of oil produced per day in these countries. Number 10. Chad, 126,000 barrels per day. Chad is one of the biggest oil producers in Africa with estimated oil reserves of over 1 billion barrels of oil. The majority of Chad's crude oil is derived from the Doba Basin, with major operators being ExxonMobil and Shell. Number 9. South Sudan, 160,000 barrels per day. South Sudan is among the leading oil-producing countries in Africa, producing about 160,000 barrels of oil per day and with over 5 billion barrels of estimated oil reserves. However, political instability and dispute over oil revenue sharing have led to intermittent disruptions in oil production. Number 8. Ghana, 175,000 barrels per day. Ghana is the 8th biggest oil producer in Africa with over 660 million barrels of proven oil reserves. The largest oil fields in Ghana are the Jubilee and Tuneboa Enyinra and Tome oil fields, with rising investments in the offshore basin coupled with new developments. Number 7. Gabon, 220,000 barrels per day. Though oil production in Gabon has significantly reduced over the years, the country is still among the top 10 oil-producing countries in Africa, producing about 220,000 barrels of oil per day. The government of Gabon has renewed its commitment to expanding exploration and increasing production. The country aims to attract investment and development through revision made in the Hydrocarbon Code 2019, which have improved flexibility and regulatory framework. Number 6. Republic of the Congo, 253,000 barrels per day. Oil production in the Republic of Congo has steadily increased over the years with the discovery of new oil fields. Congo has welcomed this increased production and renewed interest in producing fields following the development of the country's first deepwater field, Moho-Bilondo. Number 5. Egypt, 559,000 barrels per day. The demand for Egyptian oil from European markets has increased over the years, pushing Egypt to look at improving exploration with specific emphasis having been placed on drilling new wells. Egypt is the 5th biggest oil producer in Africa, producing about 559,000 barrels of oil per day. Number 4. Algeria, 1.16 million barrels per day. Algeria has the second largest oil reserves on the continent with about 12 billion barrels of oil reserves. The North African country is ever committed to maximizing reserves through investment and scaling up explorations. Number 3. Angola, 1.23 million barrels per day. Angola is the third biggest oil producer in Africa, producing about 1.23 million barrels of oil per day and with over 9 billion barrels of proven oil reserves. Angola's oil production is expected to increase in the coming years as the country is committed to unleashing the full potential of its hydrocarbon sector. Number 2. Libya, 1.24 million barrels per day. Libya has the largest oil reserves on the continent with over 46.4 billion barrels of oil reserves. However, political instability after the death of Muammar Gaddafi and lack of oil field maintenance has led to rapid decline in oil production in Libya. Once political stability is fully restored in the country, it is expected that oil production will accelerate to previous levels. Number 1. Nigeria, 1.57 million barrels per day. And finally topping the list of the top 10 oil producing countries in Africa is Nigeria, with the country producing over 1.57 million barrels of oil per day and with proven oil reserves of about 37 billion barrels of oil. Most of Nigeria's oil is produced in the Niger Delta region, which is the source of the country's major oil and gas export. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Be sure to like, share and subscribe as I bring you more information on the African continent, people and culture.